Okay, so yesterday you guys did an introduction to finding solution pairs using a story problem. Today you're going to be finding solution pairs based off equations. So the first type of task you're going to see is that they're going to give you an equation such as this 3x plus y equals 28, and then you're going to have a table like this, and it says to find 5 solution pairs. So anytime you're doing this, you can just choose any numbers for x and then solve for y. So for example, I'm gonna just do -4, -2, 0, 2, 4, because that gives me 5 different numbers, and then I can substitute those in and solve for y. So the first one, if we're using -4 for x, we're gonna have 3 times -4 plus y equals 28. So we know that 3 times -4 is -12 plus y equals 28. Then we need to add 12 to both sides because we have a -12. In order to cancel it out here and get y alone, we have to add it. So our 12s cancel and we're left with y equals 40. So if x is -4, then y is 40. Okay. Our next one, we have x equals -2. So we're going to repeat the process. 3, now instead of an x, times -2 plus y equals 28. 3 times -2 is -6 plus y equals 28. Again, we need to cancel out that -6, so we're going to add 6 to both sides to get y alone, just like solving equations that we've been doing all year. Cancels, y equals 34. So if x is -2, y is 34. Next one, 3 times 0 plus y equals 28. 3 times 0 is 0. So y equals 28. If x is 0, y is 28. Three times +2 now, because that's our x value, plus y equals 28. 3 times 2 is 6, plus y equals 28. Again, we need to cancel out that 6, but now since it's a +6, we have to subtract it to cancel it out. We have y equals 22. So when x is 2, y is 22. Next, we have 3 times 4 plus y equals 28. 3 times 4 is 12, plus y equals 28. Subtract that 12 because it's positive and we need to cancel it. Y equals 16. When x is 4, y is 16. So when you have questions like that, that's all it's wanting you to do. Simply choose whatever values you want for x and then solve for y. I usually always do the -4, -2, 0, 2, 4, because then I'm always getting some negatives and some positives. The next type you're going to see is something like this number 2 that says determine which of the following coordinate pairs would be solutions to the equation. So instead of creating your own solutions, they gave you some and they want to know if they would work. So remember, coordinate pairs are always x comma y. So that means we have 0, 2, 1, 4, 2, 12, and 3, 12. So we need to figure out which of those 4 options work. So for the first one, we have 5 times 0, because that's our x, plus 2 equals 2, because that's the y value they gave us. So 5 times 0 is 0, plus 2 equals 2, 2 equals 2, which is a true statement. So that tells us that 0, 2 is a solution pair. Okay, now we're going to try 1, 4. So we have 5 times 1, because remember that x value comes first, plus 2 from that original equation equals 4, because y is 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 equals 4. 7 equals 4 is not a true statement. So 1, 4 is not an option that would work. All right. Our next one, we're gonna have 5 times 2, replacing x with 2, plus 2 from our original equals 12. Y is 12 here. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 equals 12. 12 equals 12. True statement, so that one works. Finally, we have 3 as our x value and 12 as our y value. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 equals 12. 17 does not equal 12, not a true statement. So tomorrow, or today, when you're doing that activity, you need to make sure that you go through every single pair, because there's going to be more than one value that works. The final type of question you're going to see is when they give you a graph and ask you to use the graph to identify 3 solution pairs to the equation. And then it says at least one needs to contain a negative. So make sure that you're having one coordinate pair that includes a negative. Some things to remember when we're looking at our graph: our x-axis is our horizontal and our y-axis is our vertical. So the first thing we need to do is just identify 3 points. I'm going to choose this one here, this one, and this one. This first one, our x was -2 and our y was 0. Our second point, our x was 0 and our y was 4. And the third, x was 2, y was 8. So again, when you're given a graph, you just have to make sure you remember which axis is your x-axis and which is your y, and identify the points that it asks for. Reminder, you need to be asking for help if you need any with these. A really great way to contact me is through the Remind. So if you have not joined that, I would really recommend that you do. The information for that is on Google Classroom.